Our final segment in my knife discourse today is proper care for your kitchen knives. The first thing that you need to have when you buy nice knives, you want to make sure that you also have good cutting boards to go with them. This is a cutting board that I have. I just have it out for my demonstration purposes today. I also have a large plastic board. Wood and plastic are the two styles you want to use. You don't want glass. Do not buy glass. Do not buy marble. Those are for display only. They're not for use. If you buy glass or marble cutting boards, you're going to damage your blades. They will go dull fast. It's not good for your knives. So, you know, if you want a nice pretty display table that you can put, you know, a cheese platter on or something like that, that's what it's for. But it is not appropriate for using with cutting. So just get that out of your head right away. The next thing is getting a cutting board that is the right size. Obviously my cutting board has been used very well, and this one is actually almost a little bit small. What you want to do is you want to be able to lay your favorite knife end to end, and you can see this is a little bit small. You should be able to have a good 2 inches on the ends of from corner to corner of your cutting board to your knife ratio. I have a board that's larger than I usually use with this knife. But the reason why is because you need to have plenty of room to get around. If you're using this little tiny cutting board, your food's going to be falling off the sides. You're not going to be able to have enough room to get a full stroke of your knife. And if your knife is going to slip off your board, you're going to end up with messes and potentially injuries. So you want to get a large enough board that is wood or that is plastic. There's differences between a wood and a plastic board. Plastic board, they say, can be cleaned a little bit easier because it is dishwasher safe. But if you wash your board, either plastic or wood, with soap and water, and then let it air dry for 5 minutes before putting it away, it should be totally sanitized. If you're still concerned about raw meat or things in your board, you can take bleach to it if you like. But keep care of your cutting boards, and your cutting boards will take care of your knives, and your knives will take care of you. It's a good triangle to be in. The next thing that you want to know is about sharpening your knives. Now, if you've purchased a set of knives, it'll probably come over with something that looks kind of like this. And I remember being a kid and watching my dad with his chef knife, you know, doing this thing before he sliced the turkey. He said he was sharpening the knife, but that is actually not technically sharpening. These are called honing tools. And honing basically means to realign. So your blade, if you were to look at your blade right along the belly like this, it would look sharp, kind of like your hands like this. And over time, there's 2 things that happen to your blade that dull the feel of the blade. One is the blade starts to bend a little bit like this, just the side of it, you know, to either side. Maybe it'll have even a ripple effect throughout the whole belly of the blade. And that, when you hone your knife, either pulling it through this honing tool or sliding it along your metal honer, will realign the blade. It'll line it back up straight. So then it will be sharper. The other thing that happens, though, is that the blade actually begins to wear off and it starts to go flat like this. And that can only be repaired one way, and that is by a professional sharpening. I mean, unless you have your own whetstone that you like to use. But it is to actually take the whetstone to it, grind it back down until it's got a fine blade. If you're using your knives on a daily basis like I do, needs to be done about every 6 months to a year. You can maybe get by with 1.5 to 2 years if you don't use your knives a lot, or if you're cheap and you can't afford to have it done a lot. But going ahead and getting a high quality steel will mean that it can last through several sharpenings a lot longer than a low quality steel. So that's where a high quality knife really, really helps. The other thing that sharpening does is, of course, gives you a new knife. Basically, it will bring your knife back. So go ahead and get the sharpening done. And then usually it's a lot cheaper than buying a new set of knives. So I would do that. Having a good proper storage for your knives is really important. Keep that blade protected. You don't want it to be just thrown into a drawer where it can bang around and nick other things. So I keep mine in a block. If you don't like the block, you know, have some good knife covers. Either make them or the ones that come with the knife. They will protect the blade during the storage, and that's really, really important. Also, the last thing is proper cleaning. As soon as you're done using your knife, whether it's, you know, your little paring knife or your great big chef knife, wash it. Take it right over to the sink immediately when you're done, and just wash it with soap and water, dry it off, and put it away. They shouldn't ever go in the dishwasher. They shouldn't be left in the sink for 2 weeks. It's been known to happen. These things, they keep your knife cleaner and sharper. If they stay wet for a while, sometimes your knife can rust. So it's a good idea just to wipe it off, to clean it properly, and put it away. And they'll give you a lot longer lifetime out of your knives. So this is the end of my discourse today. I hope that you learned something important about using your kitchen knives. And I hope that you take that knowledge and go in your kitchen and cook something fantastic.